This man completed his proposal in the presence of a tiger. He asked the tiger if he would come to the wedding in a few days. So Rocky just had a match with boxing champion Apollo, although I didn't win. But he also made it to the end, and it also comes at a cost. His eyes and face require surgery. After surgery, friend Polly told Rocky. He subdued Apollo in the 10th round. In the 15th round, Apollo became delirious. At night, Rocky arrived at Apollo's door, asked the way. On the day of discharge, Rocky and Ryan have endless words to say, because holding it in the hospital is really uncomfortable. Just then, Rocky suddenly asked Leanne, marrying him shouldn't be very unpleasant, right? Leanne said without any hesitation that he was willing to marry him. Love that belongs to Rocky has arrived. The next day, Rocky and Ryan completed their wedding at the church. Although the wedding is simple, but they are still very happy. In front of their family and friends, they entered the palace of marriage. Rocky, who has earned both fame and fortune, has the ability to make life better. He used his prize money to buy a car as a means of transportation, bought Leanne beautiful clothes and expensive watches. Even their dogs brought high-end goods with them. I also purchased a house. What makes him even more happy is, Leanne is pregnant. Future prospects. They are longing for a happy life in the future. Imagine the child being a male or a female. But life always needs to return to reality. The prize money for the competition has already been used up. Rocky had to endorse advertisements to make ends meet. I didn't expect Rocky to not only be illiterate, delayed shooting time and progress. To be honest, the advertisement is too fake. They also completely angered the director. But life has to continue. For the upcoming child, he can only go out and find a job. I have applied to many companies, but they were all rejected, under all kinds of helplessness. I can only work as a laborer at the beef factory where Polly worked before, doing dirty and tiring menial work every day, despite dragging my tired body back home every day. But when I saw my wife waiting for me at the door, Rocky thinks it's all worth it. But the good times don't last long. Need to lay off employees due to economic issues on the way. Rocky, who had just arrived, became the lucky one. It's really a house leak, but it rains all night long. Rocky, who was in trouble, found Polly to make a living. He sold his car to Polly. Polly asked him if he had encountered any difficulties. Rocky replied as if nothing had happened. There was no such thing as that. So I left. Returning home, Rocky told Ryan he was fired. He wants to fight a boxing competition to support his family. Leanne, in order to prevent Rocky from fighting, decided to return to the original pet shop to work. This makes Rocky feel deeply ashamed. He is currently the only person in the world who has fought the champion for 15 rounds. But now I am serving others with buckets in the martial arts school. Facing the sarcasm of others, he can only pass by with a bitter smile. On the other side, Apollo is planning to fight against Lenny, because many people think Rocky won. I think Apollo bribed the referee. Even his children are learning. Have all been insulted. Apollo wanted Rocky to fight him again. He decided to create some social opinion, humiliating Rocky on TV, mocking Rocky as a coward, not worthy to compete with him in the ring. He said he's ready to go back to Sil Lucy and Sil. After listening, Rocky silently walked upstairs. Seeing Apollo so arrogant to the extreme, Mick once again knocked on Rocky's door. At the press conference the next day, Apollo claimed to strike down Lenny twice, make specific scientific research on him, and Rocky's eyes were only on bonuses. He even made a very real list. At this moment, he still has the wife who loves him deeply in his heart. For this competition, Mickey decides to improve Rocky's boxing skills. He believes that Rocky should learn to use puppies. This can confuse Apollo. Rocky needs to be agile and fast. Only then can we possibly defeat Apollo. So he came up with a trick. Tai Long said a coon's good play. Unexpectedly, Rocky was not a good runner for a coon. Just then, Ryan, due to overwork, premature delivery and massive bleeding of the fetus leading to unconsciousness. Lenny, who was curious, suddenly felt the sky collapse. He would accompany Ian in front of his bed every day and tell him stories. The church guides Lionky in reading a love letter written by Rocky to Lionky. Mick and Paul I also silently accompanied Rocky. Hard work pays off to those who have a heart. Leon finally woke up. Perhaps the birth of the child gave Ryan courage and confidence. He said to Rocky. At this point, Rocky had the support of his wife. It's like beating chicken blood. Started an arduous training session. Breaking through one's limits time and time again. Prove oneself with sweat. He also successfully captured Kunzi. Proved oneself. Come on. 11. To Paris. I went to you. Rocky successfully captured a small group to prove himself. His self-discipline has influenced a large number of people. Until running. Following a group of children passing by, a group of people greeted him around the street. He's Rocky. After a period of hard training, Rocky's speed is getting faster and faster. When he boarded the familiar Philadelphia Square again, he's not alone anymore. A group of people cheered around him. Rocky influenced them on the night of the game. But when Lodge entered the field, this time it's different. Last time it wasn't just a few cheers anymore. The scene was filled with shouting. The audience shouted Rocky's name loudly, and Apollo didn't make as much of a fuss as he did last time. His heart is only filled with revenge. With the ringing of the competition bell, Apollo spared no effort in attacking Lodge from the beginning. Rocky attempted to attack Apollo, but they were all dodged by Apollo. Slowly, Rocky couldn't resist falling to the ground. But Rocky was also aroused by the fighting spirit. Several consecutive heavy punches hit Apollo's face. The smell of gunpowder between the two people is also getting stronger and stronger, although Apollo skillfully crushed Rocky. But Rocky slowly mastered the initiative on the field with his own will. He went crazy and bombarded Apollo, rocking Apollo in the corner with a heavy blow. Apollo was gradually losing control, lost the round for the first time. In the final round, he asked Rocky to use his left fist. Rocky used his left hook to hit Apollo crazily. At this moment, both of them relied on perseverance to persevere. I've exhausted my energy. Two people unexpectedly fell at the same time. In the countdown of the referee, the two of them stood up again in the same way, grasping the railing and struggling to get up. At this moment, Apollo fell down. Rocky has become the new heavyweight champion of the world. Rocky once again used his steel will to hold out until the end. This time he has gained the respect of the whole world. In the post-match interview, he thanked Apollo. "Thank you, Coach Mick, for training him. Thanks also to the audience who supported him." In the end, he thanked his wife at the most meaningful moment of his life. Just like the sentence James said to his hometown elders back then, "We will never let ourselves down if we work hard and strive hard." We need this persistent and self-improvement spirit of Lodge. We have also been given responsibility. It also gave us confidence. Great love in the world. Only a happy home. Growing up in the family, in family responsibilities, we forge ahead. Until now, tomorrow's self.